welcome to my channel. I'm Anne and today I'm bringing you my April TBR featuring the Magical Readathon. So the Magical Readathon was created by G from BookRoast. I'll link her channel down below. This is many years of hard work that G has put into this readathon, and I've taken part in almost every time. So it's the spring equinox right now, which means that we are going through the whole month of April and reading a bunch of books for our career that we have chosen. So the career that I have chosen is the Dream Walker. So I have a bunch of prompts that I need to follow for and complete for this readathon to start achieving my career. So I've been a dream walker for the past 2 years, I'm pretty sure. So this time around I'm just going to be trying to increase my capabilities within my career, which is exciting. So the first prompt that I have is astronomy, and it's a zodiac recommendation. So I've just spent a lot of the afternoon watching a bunch of YouTube videos where they are recommending me books based on my zodiac, and I am a Taurus, and I will link all the videos that I watched down below and got my recommendations from. So one of the recommendations was Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This is a classic, and I chose this one because it's going to help me towards my goal of reading 10 classics this year. I think I've only read one so far this year, but this is a classic. It's Pride and Prejudice. It's about Jane and Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. I know that this is well loved, and I'm not a big classic reader, never really have been, but I'm excited to kind of get into this. It doesn't seem too intimidating, but I'm still a little bit intimidated by it. Next prompt that I have to complete is alchemy, which is a circle on the cover, and the circle on the cover that I'm going to be completing is Queen of Coin and Whispers. This is one that I've been eyeing up for quite a while. This is a sapphic romance from what I can remember. It is YA. This is by Helen Corcoran. She is an Irish author, so I'm very excited to be checking this out. As you can see here, the O is actually a coin, so it's a circle. I think it counts. Well, in my eyes, it counts. So this is about teenage Queen Leah inherits her corrupt uncle's bankrupt kingdom. She brings a new spy master into the fold, Xania, who takes the job to avenge her murdered father. Faced with dangerous plots and hidden enemies, can Leah and Xania learn to rely on each other as they discover that it's all not fair in love and treason. The throne means both power and duty, so they must decide what to sacrifice for their country and for each other. I've owned this for quite a while, and I'm excited to get to it. The next prompt that I have to complete is Art of Illusion. So the word game or play has to be in the title of the book. And I don't have many of these, but the one that I picked is A Game Changer by Neil Shusterman. This is about a young boy named Ash. He's used to taking hits for his high school football team, but then those hits start pushing him through a succession of universes, almost but not really like his own. As small shifts in reality become significant shifts in Ash's own identity, he starts to question the world he thought he knew, as well as the one he finds himself catapulted into. For better or worse, the one thing Ash knows is that he's got to find a way to put everything back. This is kind of sci-fi-ish. Excuse the wind, it's really windy today. I don't know why, if you can hear that. But yeah, I've had this on my shelf for a while. And I did have another one with game in the title, but it was the start of a series, and I didn't really want to be starting a new series. So this one is standalone from what I know. So I'll be reading this one instead. Next prompt is spells and incantations. So I had to do a random number generator, and then whatever number that generated had to be the number of letters in the title. So I did it from 5 to 20, and I got 7, and I was sitting in front of my bookshelves like counting, going, oh my god, 7, I'm never going to be able to get this, when I saw in this book Anatomy. So I know it says Anatomy a Love Story, and everyone calls it Anatomy a Love Story, but when you actually go on Goodreads, it just is called Anatomy, by Dana Schwartz. So this is a historical fiction based in the 1800s in Edinburgh, and we're following our two main characters, Hazel and Jack. Hazel has been kicked out of her forensic science class, or her medicine class, her surgeon class, and she has come to a deal with her professor that if she can pass the exams without attending the classes that he is running, he will allow her into the class next year. And then we're following Jack, who is a resurrection man, basically. So he digs up dead bodies and sells them on to doctors who study. So they come into an agreement where he pulls out bodies for her so she can study and learn the trades of being a doctor. And something else is going on, and they have to come together and try and figure it out. I've heard so many great things about this, and I'm very, very excited because I've just finished the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I'm still really wanting this historical murder mystery sort of vibe, and I'm excited for it. Then we have, the next prompt is psionics and divinations. So I have to do a prediction bingo. So this can be any book that I want, but I have to create a prediction bingo board for the book. So I'll set out a bingo board of basically the main character has brown hair, or and I kind of put guesses on this bingo board for when I read the story, that if this actually comes up on the bingo board, I get to tick it off and create a bingo. And if I get a bingo, I can treat myself to something. So the one that I'm going to try and predict a bingo board for is Crooked Kingdom. So I think I have a little bit more, might have a bit more luck with this one, because this is the second book in the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. So the Six of Crows, we're following Casbreaker and his group of thieves who are hired to do a heist, and they have to come together. They are all different, they have all different skill sets, and they have to come together and try and create and do this heist that they have been paid for. And then chaos ensues. It was really good. I had a great time with it. 5 stars, and I'm really excited to continue with this one and finish off this series. So I hope that I might be able to get a prediction. I haven't done the prediction yet, but the prediction bingo yet, but I'm hoping that I can make something and treat myself to something. I don't know what that treat will be, but it is something. And then the last prompt that I have to complete is Conjuration, which is the color wheel. So I did a video for the color wheel, so I'll pop it up here, but I got red, which is exciting because I did have this book for another prompt that I did want to read it for, but I didn't. So I was hoping that I could fit it for another prompt if I was so inclined to actually read this book, because it's been one that's on my TBR for a long time. So this is Parasite by Mira Grant. So this is Shauna Maguire. This is her other pen name, where she kind of writes more sci-fi horror, and I've had this whole trilogy on my shelves for such a long time and I still haven't read it. So this is, I don't even remember what this is about. It doesn't even have a synopsis. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure this is a zombie one. That's all I know about it. I don't think there's a synopsis here. It doesn't look like it. So I'll pull up the synopsis on Goodreads so I can give you a quick idea of what it's about. Okay. So, a decade in the future, humanity thrives in the absence of sickness and disease. We owe our good health to a humble parasite, a genetically engineered tapeworm developed by the pioneering Symbogen Corporation. When implanted, the tapeworm protects us from illness, boosts our immune system, even secretes designer drugs. It's been successful beyond the science's wildest dreams. Now, years on, almost every human being has a Symbogen tapeworm living within them. But these parasites are getting restless. They want their own lives and will do anything to get them. Oh, okay, this is gonna get gross, but I'm excited. I read Parasite horror many years ago. It was called The Truth by Nick Cutter, and that was so gross. I have such a bad fear of bugs, so I think this is gonna freak me out just a little bit. So that is the mandatory reads that I have to do for the Magical Readathon. There is some other books that I do want to kind of read if I have the opportunity, and I haven't noticed that I end up just picking the physical books that I have to read when I'm in my office, and I never pick the library books that I've borrowed from the library or anything like that. But it's fine. We will see how I go with my reading. This is more of mood reading. These are the ones that I've just spoken about. The Magical Readathon, they are mandatory, but the others I can kind of pick and choose. These are kind of what I'm feeling like right now. This next one is one that I'm going to be buddy reading with a really good friend of mine, Elizabeth from Swords and Sweets on Instagram, so I'll link her down below if you want to check her out. But this is The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. So this is another well-known book, and this is another heist story, but set in Paris in 1889. The city is on the cusp of industry and power, and the Exposition Universelle has breathed new life into the streets and dredged up ancient secrets. Here no one keeps tabs on dark truths better than treasure hunter and wealthy hotelier Sevian Alare. When the Order of Babel coerces him to hunt down an ancient artifact, Severin is offered a treasure he never imagined, his true inheritance. Together with a band of unlikely experts, Severin sets off to explore the dark, glittering heart of Paris. What they find might change the course of history, but only if they can stay alive. So I'm excited, and I'm very excited to buddy read this whole trilogy with my great friend Elizabeth. We haven't done a buddy read in so long, and I'm very, very excited. The next two that I want to kind of read, I want to try and catch up on my 24 books to read in 2024. I've been a bit slack with it lately, but I want to try and get to some of them in April. So the first one that I think I feel like I want to get to is Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This is a fantasy romance where we're following our main character. Isabel is a prodigy portrait artist with a dangerous set of clients, the immortal fair folk. But when she receives her first royal patron, Rook, the autumn prince, she makes a terrible mistake. She paints mortal sorrow in his eyes, a weakness that could cost him his life. Furious, Rook spirits Isabel away to stand trial for her crime. But something is seriously amiss in his world, and they are attacked from every side. Forced to depend on each other for survival, their alliance blossoms into trust, perhaps even love. A forbidden emotion that would render both their lives forfeit. What force could Isabel's paintings conjure that is powerful enough to defy the ancient malice of the fairy courts? I've heard amazing things about this. It's quite short, so I hope that I can fly through it pretty quick, and I will tick off another book for my 24 to read in 2024. And the last one that I feel like I want to read is Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall. So this is a YA horror thriller one, and we're following the disappearance of a girl, and only Sarah knows where she is. Becca went to find the ghost of Lucy Gallows and is trapped on her road in the sleepy town of Briar Glen. Lucy's road is nothing more than a local lore, but Sarah knows it's real and she's going to find it. When Sarah and her skeptical friends meet in the forest to search for Becca, the mysterious road unfurls before them. All they have to do is walk down it, but the path to Lucy is not of this world, and it has its own rules. Every mistake summons new horrors. Vengeful spirits and broken, angry creatures are waiting for them to slip, and no one is guaranteed safe passage. The only certainty is this: the road has a toll, and it will be paid. Sarah knows that if she steps back onto the road, she might not come back, but Becca needs her, and Lucy is waiting. So I know that this is kind of mixed media, and we have like interviews and things in this. I did try and read it on audiobook a couple of years ago, but I just found the interview format I didn't really enjoy as an audio book. I couldn't really comprehend what was happening, so I put it down, and I still haven't read it. So I'm hoping that I can get to this in April. So there you have it. That is my April TBR featuring the Magical Readathon, and I'm very, very excited. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to be reading in April and if you're taking part in the Magical Readathon. If you like this video, give it a like and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Bye!